wellness, beautiful beings. Welcome to Notes of Nara. My name is Nadja Rashida. I just wanted to share this with you involving the breath, topic of the breath. We're going to discuss how the breath can fortify how the breath can strengthen your mental power. Or then, I don't know. I have to come up with the title, but just hear me out. Mental fortitude through the breath. There you go. How do we develop mental fortitude through the breath? Again, like I've mentioned before, maybe or maybe not, I'm not sure, but when you're in a high stress environment, it is so critical and crucial to be present. It may be agonizing, uncomfortable, but presence is key. When through meditation, if you're doing daily meditations twice a day, in the morning and the evening, however it fits for you, it strengthens your mental fortitude. You're being in breath. You're beginning to expand to the connections that are already there. You're linking up to the network of infinite intelligence in the womb of all creation. So when dealing with the game of life, you find yourself an active participant in a play, okay? Don't get lost in the role. And usually when a human being gets lost in their role, in the role that they're playing, the character that they're playing, they become over emotional. Ego possesses them. I read an article on my phone the other day. I don't know if you guys have heard of the TV show called Handmaid's Tale. And it's a very dark show, okay? It's a very dystopian. It deals with a future a reality where all the rights of women have been revoked. All human rights, I should say. It's not civil rights, it's human rights. All human rights of a woman are taken away. All right, she has there's a scene at the beginning of the show, I think, where women are going to the bank and to withdraw money, and all their money goes directly to the next of kin who's a man. They have no access to their checking, saving. It goes either, if they're married, it goes directly to their husband. If they're unmarried, it goes directly to their father, regardless of rapport, relationship. If you even know your dad, doesn't matter. It goes to another male. So it's really effed up. I caught wind of it. I watched a few episodes and I'm like, it's too dark, very, very dark. But what in this article, one of an actress, she wasn't a lead role, but she played a very important role in the TV show. And in this article, she said, I'm no longer can do the show anymore. I'm done. She's like, no guest appearances. No, I can't do it anymore. You know what this actress said, which really I thought was so important? She said, I have my own techniques because of the heaviness and the density and negativity in the character and in the show that I'm acting in. I have my own meditations and my own techniques of making sure that I stay centered and I stay clear and detached from that mindset that I have to enter into to become that character in that reality. Right? And she said this. She said, to those of you who binge watch TV shows, be sure that you are also connecting to the status of your mental health. And I thought that was so poignant, and it was so very important, because now entertainment's set up where it's easy. I mean, we have easy access to TV shows, not just you're sitting there for an hour, which usually it used to be the norm, right? You're not going to sit more than an hour or maybe an hour and a half watching a movie or, a TV show, 45 minutes for a TV show, and then you move on to something else. But no, like now it's like they entrap you in the realm of the frequency and vibration of that whole television. show, of that whole movie, all right? Through TV series, actually, through like, Netflix, okay? And so you're sitting there one episode after another, binge watching. That's unhealthy, very unhealthy. But I love the fact that she said, don't get caught up in that, because it could be very detrimental to your mental health if you're sitting there and watching these certain types of TV shows. And so, like, I think there's another television show called Dexter, and it's about a serial killer who goes after bad people. Like, you sit there for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours on a weekend, on a Sunday or Saturday afternoon, and you're consuming all that. You're opening yourself up to that frequency and that vibration of that storyline, and slowly it creeps into your subconscious mind and it becomes you. Your life begins to subconsciously mirror that of that TV show. It may sound crazy, but it's not, and there's a reason why they have it set up like that, to keep you at a certain space. But when you're developing mental fortitude, and you're practicing meditation, you're actively focused on your breath in the present moment. You don't get lost in the story. You don't get lost in the entertainment. You don't get lost in the play called life. You're there as the ultimate observer, and you watch, you listen, you respond when necessary. You don't emotionally react to what's going on. It takes time to develop that type of mental fortitude, but it is there. I've had, moments in my life where it wasn't as strong. I had moments in my life where it was incredibly strong, and people were like, wow, you didn't even respond to that or react to that. And I'm like, there's no need. There's no need. Allow the play, allow the story, and allow the characters to move as they may. Just make sure that you remind yourself that you are the character, the main character in your own story. Be very, very cautious when you're caught up in like conflict in a marriage, or conflict in your household, conflict at work, in your job, in your work environment, or in your community, that you don't get swept away because of you're emotionally triggered. Emotions are incredibly influential and very powerful, and can easily be manipulated if you lack awareness, self-awareness. Thank you so much for tuning in, and may this message find you well and whole. Take care.